First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect, unto the servants, the prophets, the men that are prophesying, laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. Arrested, persecution to anyone who opposes the small hats agenda. So we're getting to a point where you can't speak. Obviously, you can't speak. You can't have an opinion, even though America's supposed to be the First Amendment right is freedom of speech. You really don't have freedom of speech because there's certain things you can say that will get you arrested. They'll have the feds at your door right away. All right, and Esau. All right, the ones that are really running America, the small hats, they're making it. They're really revealing themselves at the end of the day, but they're making it a crime, okay, to say anything about these people, anything about Gaza, anything about genocide. You can't bring these words up. You can't. They got trigger words where they got algorithms that that will basically find you out, okay, and eventually persecute you. And the main ones they want to persecute are the prophets, because there's some Edomites out there, some so-called whistleblowers, that truthers that know what's going on, but the prophets, okay, the prophets of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, we know exactly what's going on. Okay, we know who this devil is. We know this devil's history. All right, we understand why this devil is doing the things that they're doing right now. New World Order. Okay, having social media police, having these different AI algorithms to detect certain things, because the secret that they're trying to keep hid is that they're the Edomites, that they're the Amalekites. Okay, that their line goes back to Esau, Edom, that they aren't really the real Jays. Okay, and they've kept it hid for ages. Okay, but we're in the age where it's being revealed. We're being in the age where truth is being brought forth. All right, and I got this one was a TikTok, but I didn't actually get all of it. Actually, I have the whole thing. I wasn't able to send it to my computer, but I took a small portion of the screenshot of it in an article from this demon right here. Well, not it's not from him, but it says Netanyahu demands FBI arrest critics of Israel, or there will be bloodshed across America. Of course, there's going to be bloodshed across America. All right, and criticizing Israel is not going to do anything to prevent that. Okay, but if you have eyes to see, you understand what this devil is trying to do. Okay, it ain't about critics of Israel. It's about protecting the truth and them not being revealed. Okay, but they're revealing themselves. All right, if they was better off saying nothing. All right, and then a lot of the shit would get swept under the rug. People wouldn't pay attention, but you're making it making it a point to say you can't say nothing about Israel. You can't criticize Israel, and people that have half a brain are going to think like, why we can't say nothing about Israel? Why can you say something about these people and these people and these people, but you can't criticize Israel? And they're going to begin to, inquiring minds are going to begin to look into why you can't question Israel. Why do they own this, this, and this? Why do they run these different industries? Why are they on all the boards of these major companies and their CEOs and presidents of the what's it, the FCC, the FDA, what's the one in Atlanta, the CDC, the FBI. You have a Homeland Security headquarters over there in Israel. All these things are being revealed. All right, but Esau, they're revealing themselves at the end of the day, and it's the Most High that's making them do it. Okay, of course through the prophets, but ultimately it's the Most High that's in control. The Most High put this devil, all right, in his place, in his rulership, gave him that seat, gave him the power on the left hand, okay, so he can destroy himself and he can reveal himself. So I'm going to first, y'all play this. I'll play this demon right here, where it's showing you that you can't say anything about these people, and it's going to get to a point where people are going to lose their job because of your opinion. All right, people are going to you're going to be persecuted. Okay, you're going to be ostracized from society. All right, especially when that MOTB comes. All right, they're going to eventually bring something called a social credit score, where your social credit score is going to follow you everywhere. And she didn't say that, but she basically, if you got eyes to see, you can read between the lines, and you can see that's basically what she's saying. Okay, so let me play this. All right, and then I'm going to get into a little bit of this article and bring out some precepts, because these devils is they're revealing themselves. Okay, you know while bringing extra attention to this. Okay, I'll play this. Let's see.
But policies were changed, thankfully. We will shine a light on you that, thanks to Google and SEO, will follow you for the rest of your life. When you look for a job, when you look for a spouse, when you look for a nanny, when you look for anything, our work will always be documented. Again, thanks to Google and SEO. In corporations where DEI leaders smeared Israel, excused Hamas, we pressured CEOs. Some resigned, many were terminated, but policy.
He said policies were changed. So they're changing all the policies. They're changing the different laws that protect them. Okay? And, what can we do about it? We can't do anything about it because they run everything. All we can do, all right, as true believers of Yahawashi is repent and call on Yahawashi to deliver us from the destruction. All right, because these devils are going to destroy themselves. All right, they're going to destroy 2/3 of our people. They're going to destroy themselves, these heathens. All right, but there's nothing we can do about it. They're going to go through with their plan. They're going to go through with their new world order. It's all we can do is put our faith in the Lord, that we're able to resist. That we're able to. The Lord is going to put His Spirit on us to resist the temptation of these devils, of their new world order. All right. I'm going to read a little bit of this. That's enough of this demon. It says Netanyahu demands FBI arrest critics of Israel, or there will be bloodshed in America. And of course, there's going to be civil war. It's going to be uprisings. All these things are prophesied. It says Charlie Kirk wasn't just silenced, but he was publicly executed online. His reach obliterated overnight. The message was deliberate terror through example, instill fear, break the will to speak. Now the mask is fully off. All right. Every critic of Israel is marked, and yes, that includes you. You can't criticize these people. Why not? They're the chosen people. It shouldn't matter, right? Like, no. All right. They're putting in laws. All right, implementing laws where you can't speak against them. Eventually, you can't have a thought. Okay, a negative thought about these people. All right. It says while the NSA hovers um, hoovers up your data for Israel through baked-in backdoors, the real fight has moved to your phone, your posts, your private messages, your memes. You can't even say any good things about them. Like, oh yeah, they're good with money. The president of the World Jewish Congress just laid it bare. Netanyahu said social media is their new battleground and weapons have been moved into place. So you have different AI technologies like Palantir, the other one called Gideon, and of course, a small hat owns and runs TikTok now. So any information put out there that is truth based, okay, or even criticizes or is some type of a small hat satire, they're gonna mark you, okay. This is open warfare on American sovereignty. Foreign linked interests declaring they'll hunt down and destroy any patriot who puts America first. And now Netanyahu regime is signing this dissident in America. America won't just get you canceled; it will get you sent to prison or even killed. Okay. Um, and the majority of the people don't understand the Bible. They don't understand, that the small hats history goes back to the Bible. Their wickedness goes back to the Bible. The Bible is the only book that tells and reveals who they are. So eventually, you get caught reading the Bible, you're going to be persecuted. You're going to be more than likely thrown in jail, and the scriptures tell us that. All right. Post the wrong meme, algorithms bury you. Criticize policy, accounts vanish. Finances frozen. Jobs lost. Passwords stolen. Personal messages leaked. Doors knocked on, and soon jail time or worse. The future of Klaus Schwab and the global elite were threatening for years has arrived. The global elite don't believe in the First Amendment. They don't believe in privacy. Everything you do is watched, tracked, and weaponized against you. Legacy VPNs captured in industry leader promotion. Proton VPN is funded and controlled by the World Economic Forum, and we know what the World Economic Forum thinks about privacy. So this is, you won't have any privacy anymore. Okay, they're going to be any and everywhere because these small hats think they are the Most High. Okay, they're going to, come down with great wrath, as the scriptures say, and I'm going to grab that scripture. Okay, but this is the times that we're living in. All right, and if you don't have eyes to see and understand what the hell is going on, you just there for to be slowly cooked. Okay, because that's what these devils are doing. It's gradually moving the world's mind to think in a certain way, okay, and not to act in a certain way. But hey, shit is about to get out of hand here in Babylon because these devils know there's going to be resistance. These devils know that's why they're trying to enforce these different laws, these certain laws, and put them in place so when the resistance happens, they can throw your ass in jail or they can take certain things from you. This is Isaiah. I'm gonna go back to that Revelation 10 and 10, Revelation 12 and 10. It says, "Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless." The point is verse 1, where woe to them that write that decree unrighteous decree, and that's an unrighteous decree. All right, they basically tell you you can't think this way. You can't, you have to, your opinions have to align with the opinions of this government. Okay, this is Psalms. I think it's 94. I think it's 94. Let me go over a chapter or two. Yeah, let me see. I think it's 94. Yeah, here it is, 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? All right, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to put you in a position where they can accuse you. And that's perfect that come up, so they can accuse you of whatever they want. All right, of terrorism, of tyranny. They could of not what is it? Not tyranny. Uh, uh, when you're like an enemy of the state. Um, but they can just basically accuse you. All right, accuse you to who? All right, they're not going to accuse you to the Most High. They really are trying to accuse you to the Most High, but accuse you to the world, so the world can say, "Look at these people. They're against us. All right, they're terrorists. They're the worst. They're basically the scum of the earth. But we don't care what the hell you people. All right, our people, you heathens, you Edomites, think about us. Only's opinion that we're concerned with is the opinion of Yahawah Bahasham at the end of the day. Okay, this is Revelations 12 and 10. "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." All right, the accuser is going to do what he does best, accused. All right, just back to the blessing. Is not he rightfully called Jacob that he stole my birthright and stole my blessing? Like, no, nigga, you sold the birthright, okay? And you were Yahawah through the spirit, all right, of the blessing, all right? Because you didn't, you at the end of the 25th verse, it says you despise the birthright, okay? But that's how this devil is going. This devil wants the birthright back, and he can't get it, all right? It was never meant for him to have. Verse 11, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death." Hey, we don't love our lives in this world, all right? When we came into this truth, true believers of Yahawashi, once you come into this truth, your life is not yours, all right? You're not living your life for your, for you to, thrive and prosper. You're living your life for Yahawashi, okay? To do his work, to do his will. Verse 12, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And that's what this devil's going to do. All right, that's what he's always done. When Jake was about to, come up, even in a carnal sense, all right, after slavery, Jake started to bubble and, do things and be, hold positions of, in different cities and states. What happened? Esau put more hell on you niggas. Okay? Then Jake began to rise again after, World War II. And, Jake began to, buy houses and, have their own communities. What did Esau do? All right? Esau came down with y'all niggas with wrath during the whole civil rights movement. All right? That was all made up too. All right? If only our people would learn to just mind, be by themselves, but Esau has to always come in and F shit up. Oh, Esau is always in the mix. All right, Esau has always got some nigga out there trying to join us to these people, but the Lord separated us from them. Okay, but Esau is going to lead a lot of our people down that road of destruction, right along with him, right along with himself. This is Matthew 5:10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." And that's exactly what they're going to do. It said, the Lord said, "Blessed are you." Okay? Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. So persecuted they the prophets which were before you. All right, so the prophets were always persecuted. Okay, and the kingdom of heaven that's the only time the persecution is going to cease. All right, because we won't need to prophesy. We won't need to tell our brothers, our sisters to get right and to know the Lord. Okay, but hey, this captivity is coming to an end, and Esau's captivity is we're entering into Esau's captivity, and they know it. Okay, and they kicking and screaming to try to figure out a way to get out of it. Okay, it's 1 Corinthians 4 and verse 12. It says, "And labor working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless, being persecuted, we suffer it, being defamed, we entreat, and we are made as the filth of the world and the offscoring of all things unto this day." And that's the prophets. Okay, and that's what these devils are going to try to do to the prophets, to the true believers of Yahawashi, but it's all about endurance. It's about enduring these things. It's about taking on the persecution. Okay, it's knowing that we have truth, and truth is everlasting. Truth is going to stand tall. All right, and we have the truth, and we have Yahawashi to back us up. Okay, it's what more, what more do you need? We have the creator of life, the creator of heaven and earth is on our side. Okay, and his son sitting at the right hand, waiting to deliver these elect, waiting to deliver his elect, and also waiting to put hands on those that touch his anointed. Okay, you don't think the Lord is about to just let these devils just roll on us and they're going to get away with it? All right. Let me grab this in Isaiah 29 real quick. Make us offender for a word. Isaiah 29 and 21. "That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught." Okay, they're going to make a man, an Israelite, a prophet, an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth at the gate. And that's what we're doing. We're proving them at the gate. We're telling our people, we're proving our people, okay, and tell them to get right. All right, hey, the small hats, they're so-called the people of the Lord. Why are they not telling our people to stop being niggas? Okay, why aren't they telling because they ain't the people. Okay, it's clear. Okay, if this is the people, why aren't we all going? What does it say right here? Isaiah 2 and 2. "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it." Why aren't all the nations flowing unto Israel right now? Okay, and saying, so it's going to say, verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. And the mountains represent government, and the house of the Most High of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. And out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord Yahawah from Jerusalem. Why isn't that happening if these are the people? All right, because they ain't the people. Okay, and the world is figuring that out. That's why they're doing these certain things. You can't say this, you can't say that. Okay, and we're not saying nothing but truth. That's the thing about it is we're not saying, bringing up, how they run Hollywood and how they run the music industry. They do these things, but that's not a big deal. Okay, it's truth for truth's sake. But at the end of the day, we're more concerned with prophecy. We're more concerned with revealing this devil, revealing this agenda. Okay, World War, we're warning our people. This is Second Ezra 6 and verse 27. Evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what we're declaring, truth. Okay, and if we got to go to jail, if we got to get locked up, if we got to get killed for it, hey, so be it. Okay, but we got the truth. We have the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, we have the breakdown to the prophecies. All right, we're giving our people the warning day in and day out. All right, of the times that are to come. All right, and warning them what to watch for, what they keep their eyes on. Okay. Let me grab this. The book of John, St. John, chapter 15 and verse 18. And if the world hate you, ye know that it had hated me before it hated you. So this is Yahawashi. All right. Know the Lord, the world hated Yahawashi. Okay, because he came to reprove this world. All right. He wasn't of this world. All right. He came to for his people and his people only, not the world. All right. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore, the world hateth you. And then you have to be ultimately fine with the world hating you. You have to be fine with people looking at you some type of way, feeling some type of way about you. So what, man? To hell with these people. All right, that's the type of mentality you gotta have. All right, we're not gonna be out here arguing and fussing and fighting with niggas and Edomites and non-believers. All right, we all right. If they don't repent, if they're Israelites, they're gonna get judged. All right, we just looking at pretty much dead bodies walking around. Okay, spiritually dead, and eventually the Lord gonna put them out their misery. All right, the Lord gonna they're gonna be in this lake of fire ultimately. Okay, so to hell with this world. These people, these are the same ones that said, persecute him and let his blood be upon us. All right, wicked ass niggas. Okay, that's eventually going to join themselves with the devil. Like, man, I ain't got no problem with them people, man. They ain't done nothing to me. Them type of niggas. Them type of niggas is no remedy to bring them niggas back. You got to put them niggas out, man. They got to be put down, man. This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare and have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. And we're coming into that time where Esau is going to be spoiled. All right. But first, he has to be revealed. All right. The Lord is uncovering his secret places. All right. He's not going to be able to hide himself anymore. You can't hide behind your laws, and you can't hide behind the anti-SIM card. All right. That was, that's what they did. They hide behind that. Oh, you can't say nothing about it. Oh, I better shut up. Like, nah, man. We coming in the spirit of Yahawah Shemel Shah. All right, if you ain't coming in the spirit of Yahawah Shemel Shai, hey, you open to to demons. You open for these devils to come after you. Okay, this is Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. All right, and Esau, all right, pretty much the world already knows, who these people are and what their agenda is and what their history, what their track record is. It's the damn people here in America, Babylon, that don't got a clue about the small hats, all right, and what they're about, all right. But hey, the truth is being revealed, and we're really only were concerned with the elect. All right, because these niggas can't get it, and at the end of the day, they don't want to get it. Okay, this is Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right, his things are searched out by the prophets through the spirit of Yahawashi. He puts his spirit on the prophets to bring forth these things. All the men of thy confederacy have bought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and then prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. All right. So eventually, all these nations who they, you're seeing it. Okay, you're seeing all the European nations that are opposed to what they're doing over there in Gaza. Okay, you see a lot of these, even though they push that narrative in the media. Okay, that Ukraine is going to join NATO and da by the end of 2026. Hey, these European nations understand and see what the hell is going on, and they don't want to be brought into a war with Russia. Okay, but he's going to get to a point where they're going to have no choice because the scripture says the least of the flock shall draw them out in Ezekiel 38. All right, so these small hats are going to draw, okay, the world, all right, into this world because of them. All right, and eventually these nations that were once confederate, all right, that were once making deals and putting laws in place where you can't talk about this and can't talk about that, they're going to all turn on Babylon. They're all going to turn on America. Okay, and that's going to end this world. That's going to what's going to ultimately end this world's war is when the missiles are shot off. Okay, mainly the main place is going to be shot off over here in this wicked ass place. But hey, don't think that land over there ain't gonna get none either. They're gonna get the same thing. Thus say the scriptures that they're doing over to them people over in that strip over there. Gaza Strip. I'll just say it. Fuck it. Luke 8:17. For nothing in secret that shall not be made manifest, neither is anything hid that shall not be known or come abroad. And these devils really thought they could hide all this time. They didn't think that all the wickedness they've done in the past and they continue to do is going to be brought against them, and they were going to have to pay for it. But we're in the time. We're in that time. We're in the time of great deception that's going to take place. A great revealing is going to take place, and we're living in it. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. I'm going to go straight to the point. Verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So everything is being revealed in these last days. Okay? And they're trying to, prevent that, but it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay? You're gonna get some niggas out there, the nigga woman out there that's gonna, march and fight and, be on some small hat lives matter type shit, but it don't matter, man. Because the truth is gonna come out, the elect is gonna be delivered. All right, and Babylon is going to be in Esau's kingdom. All right, start with Babylon. It's going to be destroyed. All the Edomite kingdoms across the world are going to be destroyed. All right, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up, and righteousness is going to reign upon the earth forever. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the hopeful elect, and I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakak Wadash, Shalom.